Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Halo Wars video. Today I have a very special treat for you. I'm going to show you my personal build that I came up with to dominate docks. Now, although I don't play UNSC much, people don't really see me as a UNSC player, but I'm going to show you wrong. First thing you want to do is you want to go for your expansion right away. Believe it or not, getting your expansion to 6 to 8 seconds rather than the average 10 seconds gives you an extra 50 supplies by the 3-minute mark. And doing this kind of build, you're definitely going to need it. I don't like to build an extra Warthog on this map right away, simply because if it's dry map, and there's a chopper, for example, you're not going to get the middle crates, and therefore you're not going to steal on their side, and therefore you're going to have to split the ones on your side. Now, having to split the ones on your side, you'd have to get 2 extra crate nodes, literally, in order to make the Warthog worth it, and you only get $30 more. Now, who's to say the Arbiter doesn't catch your hogs, or you don't get the crates, or they steal it, or whatever the case? I just don't believe you need it right away, because this build's going to be amazing. You're going to like it. So first thing I'm going to say is, where I'm putting my buildings is also important for this build. This map's all about, the base that's going to get hit first by the tanks or the Goths is the expansion base. Now, if your expansion base is the one that's hit, there's a cover right above the expansion that it's kind of like a choke point. So if they bring tanks through the side of that base, it's really easy to trap them and get them, which is really good because there's only one way in and out of docks. So, that being said, it's really easy to play defense on docks. But if your vehicle depot, for example, is right on the side where the cover is, or the garrison, then they're just going to easily kill that vehicle depot, and you know, they might actually kill your base and win. So, if by putting your vehicle depot literally where I'm going to put it on my expansion, it's going to be the safest and easiest to defend. I'm serious about that. You can leave a comment below if you don't think so or argue it. But so anyways, basically I've gone reactor 4th and 5th on my main base. Now, that being said, the reason I'm doing this is so that I can have an early tank. We're talking a 3-minute 40-second tank. Now, first of all, that has multi-purpose reasons why that's good. I mean, I can use it to defend the Chieftain, I can use it to defend against early Warthogs, I can improvise up a turret, because I'm putting up 2 depots, but I don't actually need the 2 depots right away. So, I can easily single pump and get a turret, and my depot's fine, and hogs won't touch me. I've done this 100 times, you can argue that the hogs will do something, but guess what? Never has anyone hog rushed me when I'm cutter on this map and ever stopped my depots. I stop them, they get pushed back, and I'm able to use them to defend against the Chieftain. It works. Now, if you'll notice in a second here, my depot, my VD on my main is going to be up before my VD on my expansion. But I'm not going to build on my main first. I'm going to build on my expo first. Now, the only reason I'm doing this, you might say that's stupid. No, this is part of my strategy. I'm going to clear that rebel base right there with that tank, and I'm not going to take any damage hardly at all, literally. The reason I'm going to do this is I'm going to literally do what a cutter can do with a down tech, canny down tech build. Which, by the way, if you do a basic canny down tech build, you're looking at either 4 canny tanks at 6 minutes, which isn't really a down tech, but kind of is, or the basic 6 canny at 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to teach you with this build how to literally get as many tanks, okay, as a canny down tech build, but without selling your 3rd tech. This is going to be amazing. You guys are going to really love this. So first of all, you want to kill the rebels first. You don't want to kill this base, okay? Because the only reason you're doing this is to get the money and to create options. I'll get to that later. Okay? So, now the rebel bases, I'm going to explain. First of all, you build your 2nd Warthog when your 3rd tank is queued, and I like to build my 2nd Warthog on my expansion because then the hog is closer to the supplies to collect money. Believe me, it does make a difference when you're talking about minute details at this high of a level. So, Yeah. Now the rebel bases are slightly different when you're trying to clear them and do this strat. The west side, which is the side I'm on now that I'm trying to clear, is the watchtower is on the bottom right. So on the bottom right is where you want to approach, and if you're on the other side clearing that expansion, you want to go top left as the watchtower. So minor difference. So also, I'm going to say is, after you have 3 tanks, your goal is, after you queue up your second Warthog, is to literally get your third tech, which by the way you should get on your main because it's safer on your main, so that you can get canister. Because let's face it, dummy tanks against an early canny push is going to really suck. So, alright, so notice how I microed my weak tank out. This is very important, okay? The last thing you want is for them to push you and you have weak tanks, or an arbiter comes in and just munches you. Like, it's not fun. So make sure you don't take on damage and practice this. Don't just try and wing this build. So alright, so the great thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to explain to you the options that this build has. Okay, I'm not just doing this for the only purpose that I can keep third tech. This build has about 5-6 options that make it the most incredible build ever because it has all the improvising possible. For example, I can do this build, get the early tanks and down tech, and have 7 canny at 7 minutes and 8 full pop canny at 8 minutes. Now that's very deadly. You push with the full pop canny at 8 minutes, they're gonna die, pretty much, unless they down tech themselves. So you have that option. You also have the option to play defense by keeping third tech, which is exactly what I'm doing. See, I'm keeping third tech. So if they push me with a down tech build, guess what? I have the same amount of tanks, okay, as he does. So yeah, I can also grab a third base, which, believe me, you can do easily with the extra money you gather. There's 560 supplies total. It doesn't seem like much, but it kind of is, because the ratio in which the money comes in allows you to do this kind of thing. You could get a third base, keep third tech, and play defense. You can down tech and push with an amazing attack. You can literally just third base it against like a WNSC and have like early power turret, and you just become this early game monster and late game monster, because Docs is all about how many tanks you can get and how quick you can get them. There's no point in getting Fortress on your Expo or upgrading heavies, because guess what's going to happen? All they got to do is a down tech build in that case, and guess what happens? You die. You lose. That's it. If you do Fortress on your Expo, I guarantee you someone doing this build is going to click on your base, see Fortress, and he's going to push, and you will have nothing. Guaranteed. You'll have nothing to stop it. You know, this goes without saying. Like, obviously the Coveys play an amazing factor in this kind of gameplay, but this is what you want to do. Obviously, you can base it around what your Covey's doing, but this gives you the early tanks, the early D, the awesome options. You can go power turret. You can keep your third tech. You cannot keep your third tech. You know, so use this build. Like, one time I was playing against RTS Game Boy, and he showed up, and he didn't know what to think because he saw that many tanks that early, so he assumed down tech build. So he maxed my canny depot and then pushed. Very wrong was he, because I still had my third tech, and he paid the price big time. People don't understand that Cutter's capable of such dominance on Docs. But I just wanted to bring this to you guys, like, to show you this kind of build. This is the kind of thing I'm going to be doing. Showing you awesome builds, explaining map strategy, map movement, map reasoning, and tutorials on twos and different leaders. You know, if you have any questions on this build, or you need me to personally explain or show you, I'll be more than happy to. I would really appreciate you guys commenting. I've already had a lot of the comments already, and thank you very much to my 14 new subscribers. I love you all. You're part of the team now. And I hope that we're going to have a lot of fun together, because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, and I hope that you guys put your input in. So please comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. If you didn't like it, please leave a dislike. Most people don't say that, but I want to know if you didn't like it. So yeah, I'm not going to discourage you from disliking. So everybody, thank you very much, and Smug Big Bird out. Love you all.